He's on record. Leave him, leave him.
Hello YouTube, I'm back with another video. Okay, hey, this is just Southpaw. Okay, I got this coat in London. Okay, because it used to get really cold there. It used to be like, well, and that wasn't that cold anyway. It was just like a -4, a -3, a 0 degrees most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But in Bulgaria, it used to be really cold. There, I experienced -20 degrees. Can you imagine that? And I didn't think -20 degrees was a big deal because, of course, I had, good clothing on me. But here in Zambia, this is June. It's the month of June. This is the coldest month in Zambia. In the month of June in Zambia, it can get to 0 degrees at night, especially in Lusaka. It can actually get to 0 degrees at night. Like tonight, I think tonight should be somewhere maybe 4 degrees or something like that. But you see, the houses in this part of the world are badly built. The reason why they are badly built is because they don't have any double glazed windows like the European houses. Okay, in Europe, houses are double glazed and very well prepared for the cold. But here in Africa, our houses are not prepared for the cold. There is no fiberglass in the ceiling board. In fact, there is no ceiling board at all. All right. Now listen, I want to talk about the incident that happened in. Before I even talk about the incident, if you haven't subscribed to this video, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, please. Okay, and that bell notification button, so that each time I play a new video, you get informed. All right. So I want to just share some light over the incident that happened this month in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is not very far away. It's just right there in West Africa. Pretty near, actually. In the same Africa. We're one country. Alright? Now look, it was a very sad incident for me to see, an African fighting with a Chinese. In fact, it's not really about an African fighting against a Chinese. It's about the locals fighting against someone who has come to do work in their country. Now that is sad because I move around. I move in several countries. I move about in several countries, and I would imagine myself, getting into such kind of confrontation. I have experienced racism, all right? I have experienced segregation before, all right? And it wasn't a good thing, okay? But my fellow Africans, when you are the hosting country, you have to put the ball down, all right? And be the big brother, all right? Because many times when I experience racism, the only consolation that I got is that there were people out there who played the big brother, you know what I'm saying? And made me think like, hey, that's just one of those isolated incidences, you know what I'm saying? Just mind who you associate with and where you find yourself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now, looking at that incident, an African fighting with a Chinese person. Africans, let's not forget that Chinese have a lot of firepower. I'm not saying military firepower. Investment firepower. Okay? These guys are ready to invest huge. And you know what? They haven't even started yet. Because if Africa is going to be like China, then we are nowhere near the starting point. Because we really need a lot of investment. And I was listening to, I watched the news, about the G7 summit, which happened in this month of June 2021. And you know what? They're going to come to Africa as well to invest. You see what I'm saying? So let's get used to investors coming to invest in this part of the world. All right. Now, my thought over this fight is that it was more of a cultural fight. There was a cultural misunderstanding somewhere. That's why the fight took place. Otherwise, if there was a lot of cultural coordination. I don't think any of that would have taken place, you know. Let's watch the video first of all, okay?
你开会你这了，你给我拍拍，你拍拍，打个电话。我跟你说好的，我也没给你动手。
Get out. Hey, out. Get out.
你给我上面打电话。
Out of this place, man.
来，
Out of this place. Out of this place.
你先动手啊！你他妈的再动手打死你！滚！
Hey, left, hey. Leave him, he's on record. Hey. He's on record, leave him. He's on record. He's on record. Don't worry, he's on record. He's on record, don't worry. He's on record, don't worry. He's on record for this. He's on record.
你们干啥？
He's on record. No. He has no right to stop him. We are on safety records. No, he has no right to stop him.
Okay, now that you've seen the video, okay, you could clearly see that one, there was no interpreter. You know what I'm saying? Those government officers from Sierra Leone, I suppose they must have come from a government department, and they went to do a legitimate job there, but somehow they were not that prepared, because first of all, they shouldn't have just gone like that. They should have gone with an interpreter, all right? Or they would have, well, I didn't hear any of the Chinese speak good English, meaning none of them were really ready to be attended to. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important that the first thing is, when an investor is coming to invest in a country, let the host prepare a program for those workers who are coming with the investors, okay, so that they just understand something about the local culture, and then the locals must also, okay, go through a course. I think that the course should be minimum 1 week, okay. If you are going to work for a Chinese company, it's better that you are taught something, you're taught something about the Chinese culture, and not only that, you've got to learn some Chinese, okay. Ni hao, okay. When you say hi, you say ni hao, okay. Now, when you look at China, we need China. Let's not pretend we don't need China. That's a lie. We do, all right. We need the United States as well. Let's not pretend we don't need the United States, because we need the United States as well. So we need all these people, because they're coming to Africa to come and help us move quicker to become a better continent. Better countries is better continent. All right. Yeah. So you see, I'm someone who has done, I haven't finished, I'm almost finishing my master's in business administration. So there are a lot of things that I learned in my master's in business administration. And one of the fundamental, most important things that I learned is how different parts of the world operate. You cannot just expect everywhere to be like where you come from, okay? You see, that's why I'm emphasizing that there should be some sort of government program where anyone who's going to work with a foreign company should learn something about where that company comes from. You see what I'm saying? They gotta learn the language, ask the basics, and they gotta learn the culture, okay? And when someone from another country is coming to invest in Africa, let them also learn something about how African society operates, okay? Now, and the language, all right? Now, what I learned from my MBA about Oriental people is that they are very similar to Africans. All right, Africans have a large, how do you call it? Power distance. African individuals, okay, just the way we live in Africa, we have a large power distance in our leadership. Whenever an African becomes the leader, they show large power distance. That's why you find that when you're in Africa, one, every organization that you're gonna go in, there's gonna be some kind of a protocol whereby you cannot call your superior by his first name. You have to say Mr. Okay, Mr. So and so, Mr. So and so. In UK, there's none of that. In the United States, there's none of that. You call your superior by his first name, John, okay, Joseph, okay, Sean. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how it is, and that shows that Europeans have a low power distance, okay, but Africans have a large power distance, and the same thing applies to Oriental people, Chinese, Japanese, Thai. They all have a large power distance. So that shows that we are very similar to them. Okay? Now, when you look at people with large power distance, yes, of course, they are similar, but still there are some differences. Okay? Chinese have a large sense of collectivism. All right? They are too much together. Okay? Basically, Oriental people are like that. They're very collectivistic people. Okay? But in Africa, we are not like that. We are not collectivistic people. We love staying in small groups. Here there's a group of this, here there's a group of that, and that group probably has beef with the other group. That's how we live in Africa, and it's been like that. I mean, look at the Bantu migration. How many different groups resulted from the migration? You know what I'm saying? We were all like living as one community in Nigeria. Then we started moving out, okay, spreading out to Congo, Sudan, South Africa, then further going back up, Zambia and all those places. But ultimately, we are Nigerians. You get what I'm saying? But we still want to recognize ourselves in small groups when we should really be looking at ourselves in a large group sort of scenario, like we are all Nigerians. You get what I'm saying? Now, when you're approaching Oriental people pay a lot of attention to the age of the person who is addressing them. Okay, if they are older people and you send someone younger, you're gonna have a problem. Because one, they're not gonna respect the young person. So even if you wanted to say something important, you may not get across very well. So when you're dealing with Oriental people, you gotta make sure that you send someone older. Okay, someone older, because when you send someone older, okay, they're gonna be like, hey, we can actually speak to this person. You get what I'm saying? When I look at the scenario that happened in Sierra Leone, I could see that all those inspectors who went to the site to inspect are just young guys. There's no one older. And it's perfectly okay, because we, as Africans, we have been, we are changed somehow. When we operate in sort of business environments, we put up the Western ideology. We operate like Westerners, all right? But our friends, the Chinese, even when they do business, they don't exactly operate as Westerners. They still keep their culture. Where as Africans, we change, we switch. We leave the African culture and we become American. And we do things the American way. Our friends don't do that. The Chinese still do things the Chinese way. You see what I mean? Those are the differences that we are supposed to know. You see what I'm saying? When you go deeper and deeper, you're gonna find that, you see, Chinese have a very low uncertainty avoidance, whereas Africans, we have a large uncertainty avoidance. No, sorry. I've said it the other way around. Chinese have a large uncertainty avoidance, whereas us Africans, we have a low uncertainty avoidance, meaning that Africans, we don't prepare for the future. We look at things from the short term. Chinese don't. Oriental people generally do not, including Japanese and all the others. They look at things from the long term. You see what I'm saying? So you don't just do things abruptly. No. You plan. All right. So I could see that those guys went to inspect the site abruptly, no exact like notice. You get what I'm saying? For Africans, that's okay. We jump things. Chinese don't. Things have to be done in a particular order. Okay? Even when 1 cent is missing from the budget or 1 cent is missing from the coffers, it's regarded as stolen. You get what I'm saying? But for us, we ignore that. Hey, come on, man. What's that? Just 1 cent. What is it? You know what I'm saying? So, what I want to say is, this incident was really like bad, terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not happy about it. But I would like to see in Africa, okay, the idea that whoever is going to work with a foreign company, especially companies which are very different from our colonial masters. I still call them colonial masters because they westernized us. So we are westerners, pretty much. A bit. Yeah. So if we're going to work with these guys who are of a different culture, like Chinese, all right, it is important that we go through a course to understand how they look at things, how they perceive things, okay, and even to learn a bit of their language, okay. And when they come to Africa, let's prepare a course for them that they have to go through so that they just know who they're dealing with. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Right now we got the internet, there are apps, people can learn English. When someone from China comes to Africa, install that app, you know what I'm saying, on their phone. You know what I'm saying? Let them learn English, let them know how to use the app when speaking to someone. You see what I'm saying? If there is no interpreter, speak to the phone or type something in the phone. You know what I'm saying? And the phone is gonna say that with a voice, or it's gonna just reproduce the translated version. You know what I'm saying? And we'll have less problems like that. You see, the moment we stop respecting each other's culture, then we're gonna have problems, because there's just not gonna be any compromise. This one's gonna be like, hey, this is our land. The other one will be like, this is our money. You get what I'm saying? But is that what we want? No, that's not what we want. We want everybody to be together. You know what I'm saying? China is very important. It's very, very important. I'm not saying United States is not important. Yes, United States is very important as well. I mean, South Pole is American. You know what I'm saying? But the court was made in Macau. That's China. You get what I'm saying? So we need each other. All right. So that's what I had to say for now. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you get informed each time I upload a new video. Okay? So this is the 4G Travel, and I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.